I'm crime writer Martina Cole, and I'm here to find out more about the girls living in the gang heartland of the USA. This is the Los Angeles that everybody knows, the land of the rich, the famous, and the beautiful. And this is the other side.
I got a one gunshot wound just to the right of the midline.
I'm gonna fuck your ass up. What I got on me is gonna go in you. There's nothing that you're gonna be able to do.
You shoot at me, pow, my ass right back at you.
The Californian Department of Justice reckon there are 86,000 gangsters here. Some of these are girls, and I've come to Los Angeles to meet them. It's estimated there's over 1,000 gangs in LA. They're organised and widespread with a rap sheet from drug dealing to auto theft, from robbery to murder. There's 3 firearm-related deaths every day. Girls play a part in all of this. I want to find out what the whole gang story is here in LA. So I'm off to meet William Dunn, an expert on the gangs of Los Angeles. William has been dealing with the city's gangs for nearly 20 years. So Bill, just how bad is the gang problem in LA?
Well, I think people think of Los Angeles as being Hollywood, going all the way back to the 1920s and movie stars, Rudolph Valentino and such. But we've had a gang problem here for just as long, since the 1920s. It's grown over the years to the 1980s, 1990s, when we had some of our worst years, when we had over 1,000 murders. But now the gang problem has actually shrunk. We're down to about 350 murders a year.
So Bill, what do the girls get out of being in a gang? You know, you feel safe, you're part of something. Do you think that's a big part of it?
Definitely, especially in some of the more violent gang areas, some of the more violent projects. The women are engaging in survival sex just to be liked by the gang.
I've never heard the expression survival sex before.
Unless they come from a prominent gang family or they have brothers who are prominent in the gang, if they're just a lone female going into the gang, they're very much abused and used here in the United States.
Of course, one big difference with the gangs here is the prevalence of firearms. And there's a specialist unit in the middle of downtown Los Angeles where they pick up the pieces. I've been given access to one of LA's leading trauma units, so I can see for myself the devastation that gunshots actually cause. 2339. In 2008, over 2,000 serious trauma cases came through this unit at the California Hospital Medical Center. 20% of those were women. The chief of emergency surgery here is Dr. Hineker.
We get a Compton here, Watts here. We do get a lot of female from all these 3 areas.
What, females who've been shot?
Female who've been shot, assaulted.
Do you see a lot of injuries with the young women who've been jumped in?
These female actually beat each other up, and they usually get beat by the male, and not just the physical assault. Part of those inductions includes sexual intercourse, which really traumatizes them. Girl jumping a girl, usually they don't only fist fight, they actually even stab each other with a knife to toughen each other up.
Almost as soon as we got there, a gunshot victim was rushed in. We've just had a call and it's a level 1, so we're going to find out now exactly what's going on. Gunshot wounds are classified as level 1 incidents.
You felt 2 in your stomach? Okay. Do you have medical history of high blood pressure?
Yes.
Okay.
We've only been down here for about 5 or 10 minutes since first code 1, and the second one's now coming in. So that's 2 in literally 15 minutes.
Okay, I got a one gunshot wound just to the right of the midline.
I spoke to the police a few minutes ago, and I said, do you think that's a gang shooting? And his exact words were, oh God, yes. Apparently from where they were in the park, etc. That's the assumption anyway. Do you think this guy will be okay?
I surely hope so. It may be a long night.
I think it's best that we leave it here, really. He's going up now to the OR. The other guy who was shot near him has gone into triage. They can wait and see now how many bullets he's got. He'll definitely have to be operated on. My overall feeling with all this tonight is that there's two poor mothers who are going to get a knock on the door tonight to say that their son's been shot. And I can't even imagine what that must feel like. This is the kind of stuff that I write about, but it had been a long time since I'd been this close to it. After 2 days in LA, I've already heard about violent jumping in rituals, survival sex within gangs, and girls ending up in the trauma room, sometimes with fatal gunshot wounds. It was time to take my first steps into gangland LA. What puts Los Angeles gangs into a league of their own is the prevalence of guns. In fact, in LA County, there are 2,500 gunshot victims every year. To get a better insight into the damage guns can do, I met up with William Dunn again. I've come out to a firing range in Burbank where I'm going to find out the whole range of weapons that the young gang-banging women on the street tend to use.
These are the kind of weapons that are available not only on the street, but they're also available just for purchase. This right here is the .22 caliber semi-automatic pistol. You can buy these for about $50 or $60 in the United States.
Really? And this is a very small, so this is quite a woman-y type gun, isn't it?
Right. This is the type of gun that a woman used to, say, hide in her brassiere or, you know, along the thigh.
Does it do a lot of damage?
Depends on where you're hit. 22 caliber bullet will kill you just as dead as a 45 caliber bullet if it hits you in the right place.
Yeah.
This is a small frame 45 caliber pistol. Put it in your hand and you'll see that that is made for a lady.
It's heavy as well.
Yeah.
But it's look.
Yeah.
Again, it fits perfectly, doesn't it?
But
so this gun was made specifically for women?
That's more of, yeah, for a woman, or say a concealable firearm, something to hide on your person. But the bullet that comes out of that is about as big as you can get. Would you like to shoot one or two of the guns?
Yeah.
Down. Just remember, keep them pointed downrange. You never point them at anything that you're not willing to shoot. Always treat guns as if they're loaded. And then when you're ready, put your finger on the trigger and slowly pull it back with the tip of your finger until it actually fires. Go ahead and pick it up.
I hold it here, don't I?
Yeah, hold it there. A little bit of a canter to your step. Point it into the black.
That went so fast, I didn't even expect it to
Remember,
go.
just keep the gun pointed forward. And you got two more. There you go. Okay, go ahead, put the gun down. And let's take a look at our target.
It's shaking. I can't even imagine how powerful that gun is. It's so small. And you feel the whole thing go through your whole body.
As you can see, you got him here, and you got him there.
I missed him.
And you missed him up there, which isn't actually bad for your first 3 shots that you've ever taken. That's not bad.
I decided to have a go with the biggest gun. It's unbelievable to think that this weapon is available to buy on the high street.
Okay, this next one will pull off a lot quicker because now the hammer is back. That's okay, just put it down. It's okay. Yeah, just lay it down. It's fine.
I don't like that. I don't like that one, Billy. I didn't feel like I had any control over it. It was just so fast.
Okay.
I felt with this one, that's
Right.
too loud. It was just too. I think you could do so much damage.
Right.
I think I realised how easily and quickly.
And understand, this This weapon here is the one that's favored in the streets, is the semi-automatic pistol. You can see how easy it is. You just start pulling that trigger, it'll fire them as fast as you can pull the trigger.
I've got to say that was the most amazing experience in one way, because I never ever thought I'd ever be shooting a gun. But it's really not how I expected it to be, because you really think you're controlling your weapon, but you can't. It goes and you... My hand's aching and I felt every jolt of that, so God knows what it must be like if it hit you, if the bullet actually hit you. I wanted to hear about the impact that these weapons can have. My contact said they could put me in touch with a girl who'd had first-hand experience of gang warfare out here on the streets. It meant me heading into Watts, the powder keg that ignited the 1965 LA race riots. It's still a major trouble zone for the law enforcement agencies. This is Giovanna. She's affiliated to the Bloods and wears their red gang colours, although she was never jumped into the gang as a member. Her history means that it's dangerous for her to even be seen on some streets in her own neighbourhood.
Like, every hood has their own borders, but sometimes you just end up in another person's hood because it's so close together. Like, in LA, you have gangs they're right on top of each other. Like, you may have Bloods right here, and then street over there's Crips, and the street over there's another Blood hood. So it's like, you know, the gangs are really together. Like, there's a border, but there's not, because you will end up in someone's hood because it's so small.
And what
so
would
big.
happen if you, say, went to the liquor store and the other gang was there? Would that be enough to start something?
Yeah, if they know you, because it's really is gangs everywhere. And then this is my building where I grew up at, where I lived. My friend, I had 3 friends that actually got shot underground right here. One of them died.
Right at the front?
No, inside. One of them died, and 2 of them got shot down there inside the parking lot.
And what was that over?
Gang. It was crazy. It was like something you've seen in the movie.
Is that the first time you'd ever seen anybody shot?
No, but it was the first time I ever seen something like that. Like, so many people shot in one place.
So close up.
Yeah.
Giovanna's story was shocking, and she was only on the edge of the gang scene. Finding current active girl gang members and getting them to talk to us on camera had proved really difficult. But we got a slice of luck. I'm on my way this morning to meet a woman called Sylvia Nunn. Her street name is Rambo. She's one of the most notorious gangbangers in the female community. I'm meeting her this morning at her church, which I'm pretty glad about because apparently she is pretty dangerous.
Stay close behind me.
Sylvia Nunn is an OG, or original gangster. She says she held up her first gas station, aged 8. She got her street name Rambo because of her armed raids into enemy territory. She served time for attempted murder, assault, and grand theft auto. But now, she claims she's a reformed character.
The life I live today is in church. So I don't want to get caught up and wrapped up out here and hanging out on Sundays. This church I choose because there are some other kids that I can't bang with on their side and against their side. So this was the most beautiful church I thought I could come back to and tell my story.
I'm really looking forward to experiencing this today, I really am.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. And the spirit is definitely in this church.
Sylvia told me that being in a gang was like a religion. Even if you don't go to church, you can still keep the faith. She gave up her violent past years ago, but she was still a Bloods general.
Violence is everywhere we go.
There were plenty of young kids at the service, and gang violence seemed to be a recurring theme.
Gangs are literally destroying our community, destroying our country. And we know that God can change it. The church has an obligation.
Are there many ex-bangers in there now?
You got Pyros and Crips mixed in there, but they holding hands at the altar today praying.
Young people, change us, change the world. That peace.
Maybe they'll hear something and hear that they ain't hearing in Snoop Dogg. Because when you rap, all you telling about is where to go find the best dope at, how to clap your booty. Here, they telling you how to get ready.
Yeah.
Because as sure as you live, you die.
Yeah, we all trust me. I show up right now. I need to show up right now.
And you're welcome to even come see my hood.
I'd love to.
And you're more than welcome for me to take you there.
That'd be phenomenal. And I'd be safe. With God.
You with a general and you with Jesus.
You and God. It was a strange encounter. What I'd heard about Sylvia's violent past didn't seem to fit with the person I'd met at church. It was hard to tell how far she'd stepped away from gang life. The next day, I was due to meet Sylvia on her own turf, and I wasn't taking any chances. I'm on my way today to meet Sylvia in the hood. I'm a bit nervous about it. I've got to wear a bulletproof vest. I've got two lovely guys, Raoul and Tim, who are going to be looking after me today. They're armed. I hope there isn't going to be any dramas today or anything kicking off or whatever happens in the hood. And I'm looking forward to finding out exactly what goes on. Sylvia's blood gang hang out in Luders Park, one of the gang hotspots in Compton. Hiya.
Hey.
You invited me and I've arrived.
I see.
Great to see
I know you must have been a general in your hood, too. You came to my hood. Well, welcome to Luders Park, Pyro.
Thank you.
And so,
Sylvia had invited some members of the Bloods, Danielle, Lakeepa and Takea, the girls from church yesterday.
you been smoking that shit?
Got the munchies.
You been smoking that shit?
Sylvia told me they were in the Park Pyru Bloods gang. What is this? Where are we now?
We're in Luders Park, which is a blood headquarters park.
Yeah.
No Crips are allowed nowhere in this park unless you're doing some cowardly, and that's driving by shooting anybody.
Are you safe when you're all here together? Or do you have to have people checking out, making sure that...
And see the difference in them now, and when I bang, I wouldn't go get a homie, because I stayed strapped.
Yeah.
Because I was raised
You
by
carried a gun?
OG, 24/7, that's my best friend.
Yeah.
May have 3 on them.
Yep.
Because I ain't got time to check no clips. I just got to
Yeah.
bail out, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And so, I kept my own heat on me.
Yeah.
I don't go get no niggas, excuse my profanity, I don't go get no black brothers to come do my shit. You shoot at me, pow, my ass right back at you.
Yeah.
I got a one-hitter quitter. I learned how to shoot from my dad. He taught me how to shoot rabbits. You have to hit a rabbit in the head.
Yeah. So you aimed for the head?
Yeah. Because I watch my back 24/7.
Yeah, I noticed.
I watch my back 24/7. Because to kill me, what you would become to kill me?
They'll be a gangster then. They have stripes.
Because what am I? I'm a general.
Yeah.
I'm at the top of the line. Even though I'm saved,
So that makes you a
sanctified,
target, really, doesn't it? Because people would say, well, I'm going to go and kill Sylvia because I'll get my stripes and I'll be a big man. Or a big woman, whatever.
No, I wouldn't be no woman. Ain't no woman finna fuck with me in no type of way, form, fashion, or matter. They would send one of their homies that wanted to be a big nigga in the game. One night we were in the house sleeping, and my mother woke up, she said, I smell fire. And when I opened the door, fire just whooshed in the house. It was like the Crips that came that night, we in the bed
To
sleep.
burn you out?
Burn the whole house down, pour gas around it, so we got the fire out and everything. Then we went and got them, but we didn't go burn them.
Sylvia still seemed really into gang life, like it was part of her DNA. I wondered what it was like for these young bloods following in her footsteps. Do you automatically sort of carry a weapon when you leave the house? Is it part of your routine?
Yeah,
You
it's
get
part
up,
of getting
you have a
dressed.
shower, put your makeup on, get your gun and go
It's
out.
check your purse and see what
It's
you have in case
basically-
somebody trips.
Yeah.
It's basically you don't know what's gonna happen that day. You being a gang banger,
your life is in jeopardy that day. Everybody knows your day walking out that
All
door.
day, every day.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
I start bringing pepper spray because a nigga jumped out the car on me.
Everybody know the first weapon I had. I stole it. I ain't gonna say from where, but I had hold of a gun. I was gonna use it, put it in the wrong hands of the wrong people. I thought smart, but at the same time I didn't. I sold it. Quick butt, made 200, 250.
Tell them how you got it.
And I had it in my purse. And I came way from Long Beach with it in my purse, looking smooth with it. Just, nobody know. I'm dressed nice like a little little girl whole time. I'm stuck with my 380.
No one would dream you had a gun.
Nobody.
Do you think the girls are treated with respect by the males in the gangs?
Yeah.
You are, all girls.
Mm-hmm. The ones that are with the business, because some girls get put on a different way. Like some girls will fight to get put on,
and some girls
will have intercourse.
And they're the ones you look down
with
on,
multiple people.
Do you look down on them and you think
Hell
you
yeah.
shouldn't?
Yeah, we don't fuck with them. Them the park hoes. Not the park.
I don't want to be with nobody who ain't gonna have your back.
Some people don't know water banging. Some people just gang bang just because they want to be there. Some girls say, I want to be where the boys at.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Let me do what they want me to do before I can feel, I guess, wanted, special. I don't know how. Some girls, to me, just don't got it all in the mind.
No.
You feel me? Some people just don't have it all.
Do you ever think to yourself, though, sometimes, I wished I hadn't chosen this because, why did I choose this life?
The thing is, though, you don't have to join the kitchen. And I didn't know that then. I wanted to be that official bitch.
Because you gonna get banged on regardless if you bang or not.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. We black and the Mexicans will roll up on us and bang on us even if we don't gang bang. So why not?
Yeah. As an invited guest of a general, I'd felt pretty safe up to now. But Sylvia decided to raise the stakes. She had a contact in the local rival Crips gang.
And this is them.
I hope it is them, yeah.
What's up with you? Yeah. He said come through? Where you want me to do y'all, at the store? You can do it on the street if y'all want to. I don't know if y'all had enemies on there. We would rather y'all do it in the street. You know, walking down the street, throwing up your shit, doing what you gotta do. Do what you represent. Okay, I'm on my way now.
This was amazing. However, for Sylvia, this would mean going into the heart of enemy territory. Are you safe now to go to the Crip neighborhoods? Are you really safe now?
God give you sense to use. So even in this park, I watch my back. Because I know what my life been like in the past. People forgive, but they don't forget. And I done a lot of things. If I'd have known better, I'd have done better. The reason I feel I'm safe is because I'm saved. And I'm not afraid of death.
The gangs have divided Compton into a territorial jigsaw. Different gangs rule neighbouring blocks, and boundaries are violently fought over. Often it all kicks off just because someone's in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was hoping that this wouldn't happen to me. I've spent my life on some of the toughest streets in London, but I've got to admit, even I'm beginning to feel a bit nervous here. It all happened very quickly. Within minutes, we'd crossed the block and into the Crip stronghold. It was pretty tense. Sylvia stepped back, and I was on my own. Crips usually wear blue, but each offshoot has its own characteristics. This gang's colour was green. There were no girls. The Crips looked on edge, and I could see that they were drinking. I also knew I didn't have much time. We've now come from one neighbourhood to another, haven't we? This is a Crip neighbourhood, yeah?
Yeah. Said what? I didn't even hear you. What'd you say?
We've just come now into this neighbourhood, and this is a Crip neighbourhood, yeah?
Yeah.
So how do you define your boundaries? I mean, we don't know any of this, so you're going to have to explain it to us. How do you define your boundaries?
Oh, shit, you know, we identify by streets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like Central, Wilmington, Aprilla, that's the hood right there, you know what I'm saying? Everything else is enemy territory, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What's the role of a female in your gang? You know, like the girls, what are their roles?
Oh, shit, basically go over here, you know what I'm saying? A cookie supposed to just play her position, you know what I'm saying? All the time, it all depends. Basically, they do whatever we want them to do, you know what I'm saying? If we feel like they want to, you know what I'm saying, hold some shit for us, or they just basically be here to be
Slings
decoys, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, be decoys, you know what I'm saying, you know?
What's a decoy?
Oh shit, you know, basically a decoy is somebody who, you know what I'm saying, trying to yeah, you know.
What? No, I don't understand.
You don't?
Explain it. No.
Oh shit, a decoy is, you know, somebody who fake the phone, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who, you know what I'm saying, want to put themselves out there, so, you know what I'm saying, for the fate of the pack, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know, they be the one, be like, if the boys was to pull up right now, they be the one to cause the most attention, so the nigga could get away, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Oh, I see.
Like, the cuz had the burner, I'd be the decoy. If he had the burner and the police was to pull up right now, you know what I'm saying?
Chicks out screaming and shouting.
Yeah, I'd be the motherfucker that be the most active, so my nigga could slide off and get away with the burner, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a decoy.
The burner's a gun, I'm assuming.
Yeah. All that.
And what else do the girls do?
What do the girls do? Oh shit, basically we fuck the girls, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do with them, you know what I'm saying? They just here to please the thugs, you know what I'm saying? Please the niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Aren't there any girls though, you know, you respect?
No, we don't really got we don't got no, we respect all the cookies, you know what I'm saying? We niggas at the end of the day, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, on this side of the company, you know what I'm saying? A girl don't really got no main role in this shit. Her only role.
So a girl couldn't become like an OG or something?
She could become an OG, you know what I'm saying? But the only way she could become an OG or whatever, is to get the respect of her niggas, you know what I'm saying? Hell no, she can't be no OG, hell nah.
What would happen, say, if one of your girls, you know, who's from your neighbourhood, started going out with the blood from another neighbourhood? Would that bother you? Would you take that as an insult?
We knocking that shit though, hell yeah. We ain't liking that shit, but you know, that's some small shit, you know what I'm saying? We on big fish type shit. We ain't, that's some shit. She gonna get, you know what I'm saying? She ain't really down for her crown if she doing shit like that, you know what I'm saying? She supposed to know her fucking role. She ain't supposed to fuck with no outsiders, you know what I'm saying? So if she doing that shit, she showing signs of weakness, you know what I'm saying?
While we were talking, we were interrupted. This guy's the leader of the Crips in this neighbourhood. There was no way of telling how he would react to us or the camera.
You're not sort of
swearing and shouting. He didn't try to talk to me, but he wanted to make sure we all knew which hood we were in and who was in control.
Look, look, beat niggas up, shooting, whatever, killing, whatever, right there. Look, we with it, look. 282 hoodie, west side, alright gang, nigga. Let my homies come home. We out here too deep, so what? The squad ain't right yet, so what? We out here though, ready for summertime, whoever. Whoever. What y'all saying? We sagging though, real low. Got my nigga Cash right here. Young rapper on the low, you know what I'm saying? Cuz we'll bust some, but he don't want to. We looking for the young homegirl, get her, look.
Although the atmosphere seemed friendly, our security were keen that we didn't overstay our welcome. We'd already attracted more than enough attention. It was a strange experience to be there, and it was a strange experience to meet them knowing what they're capable of. I've got to say they were very, very respectful towards me, and they spoke to me. No girls turned up though, but after hearing the boys talk, I've got a feeling I know why. I don't think they have that much respect for women who are in their gang. So I think we need to dig just a little bit deeper to find out a bit more. The meetings with the Bloods and the Crips had opened my eyes. The Crips boys had little respect for the girls they met, yet the Park Pyru girls thought being in a gang gave them status and power. So is this why girls get involved in such a violent way of life? I needed to talk to someone who could give me a broad perspective on girls in gangs. I'm come to see a guy named Skip, who runs an outreach centre for young people who want to get out of the gang life. Skip is a member of the Rolling 20 Bloods and still wears their red colours, though he became inactive in 1998. I'd found that even when gang members aren't involved in violence anymore, they still often remain connected to the gang. I know that Compton sort of got a reputation, but I really wasn't expecting all this kind of hardware in here.
Well, this is really necessary because at night we have no clue who might want to come in, and sometimes we have to protect ourselves, so we might have to put the bars up to make sure that people don't come in during the middle of the night and steal all our stuff.
So even though you're trying to help the community, you still have to be safe?
Yes, opportunistic people. You know, some people come by, check on the door. I've actually been here one night when a young man just actually walked in because the doors weren't closed all the way.
Oh, God.
So it's necessary to have these bar gates to stop people from taking all of our equipment out here.
Skip spent 7 years behind bars for gang-related offences, so he's someone who I hope could tell me about girls in gangs.
Oh, definitely. Violence.
Even inside the second call offices, the casual gun violence of LA had left its mark.
This is Karen right here. She's a victim of violence herself. She works now with Second Call. She's one of our creative coordinators here in the city of Compton. But she's been shot several times.
Oh, God. How did that happen to you, Karen?
Well, what happened, we were standing around talking. We were about to go out, and we were just laughing, having a general conversation. And some guys drove up in a truck, and they just popped out the back of the truck, and they started shooting AK-47, a 9mm, and a .380. I got shot right here in my leg. That's my back. And my cousin actually got shot with an AK-47 and shattered the bone in her leg. And, you know, it was just one of those things, I guess.
And that happens here a lot?
Yes, indeed. The city of Los Angeles, the numbers have gone down a lot, but we probably have somewhere around the area of 300, 400 homicides a year. So that doesn't include all the shootings where the people don't die. People like Karen are fortunate enough to survive.
But why would you randomly want to shoot a crowd of girls in the street?
Well, I believe, this is just my opinion, that they probably believe that they were part of the gang. This area here is the east side of Compton. This is actually what they call the horse stroll. We have hookers, prostitutes, a lot of drug dealing. This is one of the dysfunctional areas of Compton on the east side.
And what do you do here?
Well, here at this center, we have an open door policy. We do outreach to all the young people in the community. We help them provide resources, whatever resources they need, some educational, some job training. Whatever we can offer for them as far as to reduce violence or let them see that they live in dysfunction, help them whether it's domestic violence, racial violence, gang violence, just so that we don't answer all of our issues and problems with violence. I also, with them being gang-related, gang-involved, I want them to see the need for themselves to do something different rather than just be stuck in the community, but to have a goal or a dream, whether it's about education, whether it's about a career, having a family or whatever. But I don't never tell them to get out of the gang. I just try to help them be better people.
Have you noticed any change in the girls' roles in gangs?
Yeah, the change in the roles in girls in gangs has been they become more violent. The history of girls in gangs were normally where they were just dating, they would go to parties, a lot of fights would start because of them wearing different people's jackets and stuff like that. But nowadays the girls are actually the violent offenders when they go to different parties and the gang fight starts. It's because of girls who look at each other crazy or she doesn't like me.
Do you think they feel the need to be more violent than the men to be accepted?
Yeah, they definitely have to, girls definitely have to portray a harder image to be looked at as strong. If not, they'll be taken advantage of as being weak or, you know, just for sex objects. So they definitely have to show dominance. They have to have their individuality. They have to stand out more. I agree.
I've been in LA for a week now. Despite what Skip told me, I couldn't get my head around why girls would choose to get mixed up in this way of life. A current gang member agreed to meet with me. She knew talking to me might have serious repercussions, so she hid her face.
I usually always carry like a shank in my sock, you know, anywhere, you know, to conceal it, because I've been out here where they try to stab me, where they try to hit me in the face with a hammer, you know, where they try to shoot at us, you know.
These are your enemies?
These are my enemies, yeah. They do the same thing, you know. If they kill one of your homies, it just keep going on and on, you know.
How did you get into a gang?
I just like the violence, you know, like I like the thrill that it gave me when I was gonna like go catch some food slipping, you know, or when I was running from the police or something, you know, or when I had to go hit up into an enemy's hood, you know, it gave me a thrill, and I like that.
Do you still find it hard to control that anger, that violence?
Like somebody's pushing your buttons or has disrespected me so bad that I feel that I have to react violently, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fuck your ass up, you know, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck, what I got on me is gonna go on in you. And, you know, like, there's nothing that you're gonna be able to do. If my gang doesn't get along with their gang, then I'm gonna react a certain way.
Although she seemed deep into the violent gang lifestyle, after some time talking to her, I started to think that this wasn't the whole story. Will you ever leave the gang behind you?
If I get out of the neighborhood where I go and I get recognized, it's still gonna be the same shit. If I get out, you know, those enemies are gonna see me and they're still gonna do what they're gonna do, you know? So I might as well just stay in. I wake up and I hear all the noise in the neighborhood. And at night, you know, I hear all the noise, the helicopters. And sometimes I feel like, you know, most times I feel like I love this place, you know? It's where I grew up, you know? I know these people.
Yeah.
We've been through things and, but when you hear the gunshots, when you hear the helicopter, when you see the police messing with somebody, or it just makes you want to be like, damn. You know, like, I know there's a different type of lifestyle where you don't have to keep losing the people that you love.
The prospect of leaving the gang behind seemed like a bit of a dream. The reality is that these girls have a lifelong gang allegiance because of where they live and who they are. It wasn't as if she hadn't thought about getting out. It was just that she stood to lose too much. Friends, status and protection. There's an estimated 86,000 gang members in LA. Hard facts about girl gangs are difficult to find, although they are generally thought to exist on the edge of male gangs. However, from what I've seen, it's clear that these women are unavoidably caught up in the gang culture. But here in Mission, one of LA's most infamous gang districts, is a project that might be a light at the end of the tunnel. This is Homeboy Industries, set up over 20 years ago by Father Greg Boyle.
Parenting at 10, financial literacy at 10 to 11, AA at 11:30.
Here, gang members are rehabilitated by being given jobs, courses, and some kind of structure in their lives. Each morning, roll call makes sure the 340 homeboy and homegirl employees are sticking to their tasks. And in return, they are helped into the world of paid work.
Gosh, but it's really important that when you're wearing our logo, that you keep in mind how important that is not to sully our reputation. Dings. This was born 21 years ago when I was pastor of Dolores Mission, which is the poorest parish in the city. It had 8 gangs at war with each other, and I buried my first young kid killed because of this in 1988, and I buried my 165th last Saturday.
What brings girls here?
With female gang members, they're the most disparaged, the most abused, the most traumatized. For a female to find her way into a gang is to be really at the lowest rung of the totem pole. They're just, it's not a place of respect. So people find their way to us and as a second chance, but who gave them their first chance, you know? And so they know that it's a place of hope, and hope is foreign to them.
Bertha is another gang member. She knows just how important real jobs are.
You know, you have to keep in mind that these have been our first jobs that a lot of us have came to. We've never worked before in our lives, and all we knew how to do was use drugs and, slang drugs in the street and, all this other stuff. So it was easy money for us to get here. We worked for it, and we look forward to coming to work. And somebody's giving us a chance. They're not judging us. They're giving us an opportunity to make our own money in a decent way. Yeah. And, we want to take that opportunity.
You want a regular spoon?
The Homegirl Cafe only employs people with a criminal record. For girls like Stephanie, it's their first chance of a normal life. Stephanie's 20 years old, and thanks to the gangs, her life has been littered with jail spells and violence.
I started gangbanging when I was 12. I was a kid, 9, 8, but I was seeing little stuff that my mom and dad was doing, selling drugs, fighting, gangbanging. I used to be in cars with my dad when I was like 10, and he'd go shoot, and I'd just be in the passenger seat, but then it was just something I got used to. It was my lifestyle. So then when I got old enough to get put on my hood, the hood that my dad and my mom is from, where I'm from now, East Coast Crips. And that's how I just got put on. I got put on by my mama, my auntie, and 2 boys.
They jumped you, didn't they?
They jumped me in when I was 12 years old. I got jumped into the game.
What was the turning point for you, Stephanie? What made you decide to change your life?
What made me really decide to change my life was the night I got shot. And where it hit me, I got hit in my hand. It skinned my hand when I was running, and it went inside my side, and it came out my back. I was ready to go. I was ready to give up on myself. Then at the same time, when Father Greg came in there and talked to me, he just gave me a sense of myself, like, it's not too late for me to change. This is just something that happened for me to realize that the streets is not for me no more. Getting shot is not for me. Getting shot is not for nobody. Losing your life for something that's worth not losing, for a hood that we bang, where it's really not nothing. They don't do nothing for you. They don't do nothing for me now.
Do you feel now that you're living the life you should have lived?
Right now, to be honest with you, I just live my life day by day, and I just pray that God keep me safe and keep me coming here. I wake up every morning ready to come here. When it's time for me to leave, it'll be some days I don't want to leave. Like, I just be wanting to stay here, because I don't want to go back to what I know and what I used to go through. And when I go home, I don't like going home. So I just stay here as long as I could. I stay here to 6, 7 o'clock, talk to my boss, talk to anybody, because I don't want to go back to my hood. I don't want to go back to my hood. My hood ain't where it's at for me. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of selling drugs. I'm tired of robbing people. I'm tired of going back and forth to jail. I just got out of jail right now. I'm just tired of it. I lost my mama to this. I lost my dad to this. I lost too many friends to this gang life, and it's not worth it. And I refuse to lose myself to it. So I give up on gang banging. All my gang tattoos that I got, it irks me when I wake up in the morning. I look at my tattoos. I wish I could just peel them all off. But then at the same time, it's a story of my life.
Stephanie's story really got to me. I hoped she could turn her life around. As my time in LA is coming to a close, I'm experiencing a range of emotions. Sadness at the lives that these girls have had to lead, and frustration at the damage that they've done, not only to themselves, but to everybody around them. But I've also felt a great sense of hope, because there's some very good people here who are doing all in their power to get these girls off the streets, stop them from gangbanging, and bring them back into the workplace, so hopefully they can finally make something of their lives.